use it.
I wanted to start because I recently saw that you have a song out.
Oh, right. I do.
Can we talk a little bit about music and the song?
Sure. So, I'm an artist, and I feel like as an artist, you kind of have to be open to all creative opportunities. And a creative opportunity came my way through some friends. And it really started, I think the first song that I did was Chelsea. Was it in 2020? Chelsea, pay attention. Chelsea,
I was trying to check in for my flight.
I know. Fair enough. She's busy. I think it was sometime in 2020. 20? 20. It was 2020.
I think it was
2020.
2021. I think it was 2021.
I think it was that when I first did that song. And then another opportunity came up with the same DJ and this incredible vocal artist who's the queen of Electra. Her name's Luciana, and she's a good friend as well. And Glow Vibes is a DJ who puts all the music together. And he said, "Do you want to do this song? I wrote this song, and I want you and Luciana to do it." And I was like, "To sing with Luciana? 100%." So I said yes, and we ended up literally recording, I think, one afternoon. It took a few hours. And then we ended up doing a music video to it, which also took a few hours. I can't believe we shot that in like 3-4 hours. It was crazy. And now it lives on YouTube. But I don't, a lot of people are like, well, when's you're gonna put an album out? I'm like, I don't think so. I mean, I'm not a musical artist. That's not my forte. I'm first and foremost an actress, but I do like to dabble in all the arts, and so that's how the music came about.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was a lot of fun, and for me, it just felt like another character, and so I just acted my way through the song.
There you go.
Yeah. And I also wanted to talk about the recent release of Atlas on Netflix.
Yes.
What was your experience?
It was crazy because when they called me and said, you got an offer to play Jennifer Lopez's mom, I was like, all right, you guys, we're moving in the wrong direction. Okay, I'm supposed to be playing younger roles, not older roles. And they said, no, it's in flashbacks. And I went, oh, okay, well then, thank you. She was so beautiful, and it felt like a huge compliment. And so when I got the job, I read the script, and I thought it was so incredible because it's kind of our scary future if we're not careful. I don't know who's seen Atlas. Has anyone seen Atlas here? Yeah, great, thank you. That movie is a trip. I mean, it is definitely a conversation starter. It's like stepping into our very near future. When I first read the script, the director said, it's 150 years in the future. I think it's more like 25, to be honest with you. At this rate, we're moving quick with AI and technology, and before you know it, we're going to be, living in the Jetsons. I liked it for all the reasons that it's a conversation starter, and it's sort of giving us a glimpse into what can happen if we're not careful and we allow techno-sapiens to take over the world. What's a techno-sapien? Well, they're robot sapiens. That's pretty much what they are, right? And it as great as everyone wants a Rosie. Everyone wants a Rosie from Jetsons. Everyone wants someone to make their bed and clean their dishes. And I'm right there, guys. Although I do like making my bed. Thanks, Mom. But I would love for someone to fold my laundry. And yet, it's scary. It's a scary existence to know that they could be taking over the world at one point. And so that's why I wanted to do the movie. I thought it was a great sort of glimpse into what can happen if we're not careful, but also it's entertaining and fun. And working with everyone was really wonderful. Jen was fantastic and super lovely to me. I can't say a bad thing. I think she's wonderful. God, I thought Abe was amazing in it, and Brad Payton, who's our director, was fantastic. I mean, everyone was truly wonderful to work with. The set was really cool and futuristic, and I've spent so much time on a green screen, like a green set, green screen sets, because of Once Upon a Time, but this one felt different. Just, I guess, felt more expensive. Really. I mean, let's be honest. It's a Netflix movie with Jennifer Lopez. I guarantee they had more money than we did per episode. But it was an amazing experience, and I never got to play a scientist before. So going down that rabbit hole and learning about AI and how it's made and human form AI, it was, again, a scary reality, but very interesting.
Well, from scientists to queens, we of course have to talk about Once Upon a Time. And I feel like I mention this every time that I see you, is just the fan base for Once Upon a Time is so brilliant and wonderful and beautiful, and they always come out and support. What do you think it is about the Once Upon a Time fan base that just makes them so special?
I feel like that's a question for you all. But, like, what makes you all special and, you know, infectious? Because this is a fandom that has been around for quite some time, and I want to thank you for showing up, even though the show's been off the air for 7 years. 6? I don't know, whatever. 6, 7 years. You all still keep showing up, so thank you. That means the world to me. I really think it has to do with just hope. You know, this show is so, yes, there's darkness and challenges and, you know, evil lurking and all that, but I think at the end of the day, you have these characters that are aspiring to be better versions of themselves, and I think that's kind of, which I hope we can all say that we're all trying to do that. I know I am, and so I think that's really the attraction, and I think a lot of the people in the fandom are also, hi Jenna. This is Jenna. She bought me a really beautiful crown, and we just took a great shot together, photo together. But I really do think that maybe that's it. I think that a lot of the fandom are looking for not only friendships and like camaraderie, but also they're on a journey individually trying to become better versions of themselves. And I think when you look at Regina's arc and you see her whole redemption arc, it's inspiring. So I really think that's why everyone gravitates toward the series, and not just my character. Everyone has their own. I'm just talking about mine because my cast members have seemed to gotten stuck somewhere. I don't know where they are. But they're stuck in Storybrooke. I may have something to do with that. I think that's really the draw. Is that it's rare to be a part of a show that really is putting out a positive message in the world and inspiring people to be better. So I think that's really the draw.
What was it like for you the first time you had hair and makeup done, you're in the wardrobe, and you saw yourself for the first time as Regina? What was that moment like?
Oh. We had a lot of hair and makeup drama early on in this, so it was a little bit chaotic, I have to say. I think there was a learning curve for everybody involved. You know, I think the makeup artist who first started had this really big idea about, you know, making us kind of almost like too circusy. It was a little bit over the top, and the hair was kind of all over the place too, and it didn't look regal enough, I have to say. It was a little too costumey at first. So the hair and makeup team went through some transitions for a while, but I will say the first time I really felt like the queen was at the wedding, and that's when you meet her. And I think the ponytail was probably a really safe hairstyle, because you can't really mess that up. It's a ponytail, you know? I mean, it's either here, or here. But it was the costumes, really, and it was those shoes. And just being in her entire wardrobe is really what helped with the transformation. There were times I scared myself. I was like, oh my God, that was like creepy and good, but creepy. So I don't know, I loved it. I remember Jenny Goodwin and I, who played Snow White, she and I, it was when Charming was stabbed, and you know, when they infiltrate the castle right before she enacts the curse, and he's on the floor, and she goes, "This is my happy ending," and she has that moment. I remember all of us being like, "This is so crazy. This is so cool. Oh my god." You know, and then Charming goes back to dying. But it was just this, like, we had this moment, like, "This is so crazy. Oh my god, you guys!" Like, we're playing iconic characters. So, like, that part was really amazing, and I don't think that happens a lot in life. And you know, we can say we are the only cast members that really got to play these iconic characters for 7 years. I mean, that's rare. So I feel like we were really blessed to have this opportunity. Yeah.
How soon before are you like actually given a script? Like, did you kind of know the complexity of your character, like what it was going to be throughout, or was it almost like an episode to episode?
Absolutely nothing. They told us nothing. And I think that sort of formula came from Lost, because Adam and Eddie were the top writers on Lost, and they treated the show very similarly. Like, they did not reveal anything to the actors. No one knew what was going to happen. Every time a script came out, it was like, "Oh my God, what's going to happen?" And everyone was super excited to read it because we never knew. There was some talk, like I remember at the end of season 5, I had dinner with Adam and Eddie, and they said, "So next year, you're gonna hate us." And I said, "Why?" And they said, "Well, you're gonna have no life." And I was like, "I already don't have a life. Like, I'm here 110 hours a week, if probably more." They said, "No, but now it's like, you're never going to see the light of day," because I ended up playing opposite myself, and so the amount of work doubled for me, and it was really tough. But that was the only time they said, "We're bringing the Queen back," and I was like, "How?" And they told me how, and I was like, "That's crazy." They said, "Well, people really miss her," and I said, "Well, yeah, I mean, so do I." So they found a way to do it, but aside from that, we never knew what was going to happen. We had no clue. We were just always experiencing it for the first time when we read the script.
You experience it how we experience it all.
Exactly, and they want it, and I think there's something cool about that, because for Lincoln Lawyer, they told me the twist. Same with Why Women Kill, they told me the twist right up front, and it's fine. It did. In fact, with Lincoln Lawyer, I think it helped in regards that I was like, I'm going to play the complete opposite of all of it, because I didn't want anyone to find out that. Hello? Okay, this is working. I didn't want anyone to find out, like, you know, has anyone seen it? Yes. Okay, who hasn't seen The Lincoln Lawyer? I don't want to, okay, because I don't want to ruin the ending for you guys, but something happens, and it's unexpected. And even though I had the knowledge up front, I really tried to play against it. So a lot of people were surprised, actually. They were like, "We had no idea." So that's good. But I think it's rare. I think at least with shows like Once Upon a Time and Lost, like they really like to keep their stories close to their chest.
Well, if it's okay with you, we do have a microphone.
Please.
We're gonna get to as many as we can. We got some time, guys. All right, one question per person.
I was just trying to live in the first.
I was like,
I was just trying to survive that. My question is, has there ever been a character that you'd like to bring to life that's you've never played from a book, another movie, or something you've written yourself?
That's great, yes. There's a character right now that a good friend of mine and I are developing. We've been developing it for quite some time. I'm hoping to God it gets out there and we can sell it. That's our goal. I actually got a tattoo with I always said, well, it's kind of like it's my mom, but it also, the same initial is also for this character. So, and she's a really interesting character, and it's for a TV series. And I just really hope, we've been developing it since 2021. Wait a minute, the haunted house, when we were in the haunted house. I lived in a haunted house during renovations. It was seriously hard. And we were developing it there in that home. And I think it was early 2020 21. No, it was pre-COVID. 4 years we've been developing this.
So the haunted house had no inspiration on it?
What's cool about it is she kind of goes back to my roots a little bit of being like a Brooklyn street girl, which I never get to play. But I am a Brooklyn street girl, and I would love to show you all that side of me one day.
Thank you.
It's so warm.
Okay, you opened a can of worms by saying haunted house, but I ain't going there. My question is, once upon a time, my two favorite characters was you and Rumple. I always gravitate towards a bad guy.
Thanks.
You're welcome. What would you think would have happened if you and Rumple actually succeeded in what y'all wanted to do originally?
Oh my God. I think we would probably get bored. Right?
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like,
I mean,
I think we would always be at each other's throats, he and I.
I think y'all could have had some good battles.
Yeah, I mean, we've had some epic battles already, but I think if we paired up and actually won, I don't know. I think we'd have to go to other realms and create havoc elsewhere.
I mean, there's Little Mermaid. There's, there's a lot of other realms you could have went to and
You'd
just
have to learn how to breathe
wipe them
underwater.
out. You could have took care of the water.
Something on my list. Got it.
There you go.
Great question.
All right.
It was a great question. Thank you. Hello, Snow.
Yay, you recognize me. My question was, in like the character arc of Regina and the Evil Queen, just because I think that they are one and the same, but I also think that they are two different people, which is one of the points in the show. Like, it was separated at one point, right? Who would you rather play if you had to choose Regina or the Snow White, or sorry, the Evil Queen? Who would it be?
Probably the Evil Queen. Mostly because those costumes are just fantastic. I don't know, Regina's suits kind of got to me after a while. It's harder to run in, heels in the forest. Whereas, the Queen, she can just poof everywhere, I guess. Yeah.
Great question.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Garrett, I just wanted to ask, in what episode did you feel the closest to Regina? Like, personally and, like, emotionally?
Like many. Many, but I will say that a long, long time ago, I used to struggle with the two sides of Lana, the darkness that exists within me, and I didn't struggle with the light, but I struggled with the darkness. And I do love that episode, the season, even though it was hard, season 6 to film. I think it was episode 14. Am I getting that right? I don't know. Where they're in that battle and it's the Evil Queen versus Regina in the mayor's office, and they sort of come together and embrace one another and accept each other. Finally, after the years of hating oneself, I probably felt close to them because it's both sides. But that internal struggle of just like, I don't like this about myself, and how do I change that? And it's just like, Regina found a way to embrace that darkness, and the Dark Queen, the Evil Queen, finally was accepted for who she is. And I think that was super healing for both of these characters who are really just one. But that was really informative to me too. It was like, you know what? We all have darkness in us, and we don't have to beat ourselves up for it.
All right, thank you, and Robin should sit down.
Thank you.
Danielle, non-Queen question. So, one of your favorite moments or episodes to play with Swingtown?
Oh my God, every season, episode of Swingtown was fantastic. Puzzle-rama, which is one of the fun episodes, I had such an issue with it at first. I was like, I pushed back. And one thing I love about Mike Kelly, who's a creator and writer of Swingtown, he pushed back. And ultimately, he won that battle, but he was right. And I liked that he pushed back, but he gave me really good reasons why Trina was doing what she was doing. I was like, people are gonna hate her. Why are we doing this? She's breaking up her marriage. She's like, and he goes, no, just trust me, because she sees something and she's guiding them toward their truth. And I was like,
Open and honest.
I was so worried about not being liked as the character. Obviously, I got over that because I knew the evil queen wasn't going to be liked for a long time, right? And we found ways to show the other side, and then she was loved and also loved to be, what is it? We love to hate her, people say. But I would say Puzzle-rama for 2 reasons. It was just fun. There was a game. It's rare that you film
It's a great episode.
an episode of television where the whole episode is a game, and that was so cool. And I still have my little question mark necklace and those chips. Yeah, I have some Swingtown memorabilia. You haven't seen Swingtown.
Watch it.
Watch it, but it's hard to find with the original music. And the only way to watch it with the original music is to get the DVDs, which are also hard to find. So, good luck. But when you see it, I guarantee you're gonna love it, you're gonna want more. And for the last 17 years, I've been asking this man, Mike Kelly, to bring it back, and I'm gonna keep trying.
Yeah, Trina's amazing. So.
She is amazing. She's a really cool character. Thank you.
All right, we have about 5 minutes left. I know this is
All right,
trying
we'll
to
get
rapid
through
fire.
it.
Yep.
Big fan of Once Upon a Time. I'm Joe. So my question is, in addition to the evil queen, do you have a favorite Disney villain?
I would say Ursula.
She's a good one.
Yeah, I love her. She's great. She's fun and funny and delicious, and I always wanted to be, I didn't want to be an octopus, but I still want to live in the ocean. So, I don't know, maybe one day my dream will come true and I can be a fish too.
We gotta start working on breathing with you.
I know, underwater breathing, got it.
Okay, so me and my mom adore Once Upon a Time. Well, my 2 favorites are Regina and Selena. But one thing's always got me. So in the one episode, after Robin had died, Regina says to Zelena, "You're not me," when Zelena was talking about redemption and stuff. How did that make you feel? That one line, how did that make you feel?
The line was, "You are not made,
You're not me.
you're not me." How did that make me feel? Telling Zelena that she was not me? I guess truthful? I mean, she isn't me.
But I'm
No one's
on
me.
the redemption side of it.
Oh, and the redemption side. I mean, yeah, it's kind of a bitchy thing to say. But I think that she sees Zelena as a character who struggles with making amends, right?